Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the best MyTEAM limited lineup that you can build for week 4 of season 8 in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM to help you get your ring. Before we hop into this video, talk about the limited requirements and talk about the lineup that I've built that I think is going to be the most effective for helping you to get your ring. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 7,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, often multiple videos a day, especially on content days like today. This is the 6th video we're doing today, so hopefully y'all are enjoying the amount of content that I am dropping. And if you haven't, I would really appreciate it if you do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it and let's check out the limited requirements. So for this week, the limited is going to be on a Hall of Fame difficulty, so that is definitely going to change things up a bit. It's not going to be quite as easy, but honestly, Hall of Fame difficulty this year is not as extreme as it's been in previous years. You still make a lot of whites. You're still, I mean, it really doesn't play that much different, so it's not something to be scared of. Even if y'all don't play on Hall of Fame consistently, it's really not a problem. So that being said, the actual limited requirements: you can use 1 Galaxy Opal, 1 Pink Diamond, 1 Diamond, 1 Amethyst, and then everything else on your team must be a Ruby or lower player. No free agents or heat checks. That's pretty standard. So definitely looks like an interesting limit. I have built a team that I think is a really, really good team. So let's hop over to 2KDB, take a look at that team and why I have built that team. And yeah, let's do that. All right, so we're over here on 2KDB, and to start off, we're going to start off with our starting point guard. This should come as no surprise to absolutely anybody. It's Diamond Deni Avdija. I mean, this dynamic duo between Deni Avdija and Rui Hachimura, which we're going to use in this lineup, is a limited staple. I mean, you see this in almost every single week of limited. People are using this dynamic duo because it takes these diamonds and this Ruby to significantly much better cards. For example, Deni is a 6'9" point guard with a 6'10" wingspan, but he goes from a diamond with 12 hops to I think a pink diamond or an opal with 21 hops, but still counts as a diamond. Either way, his Hoff badges become much better. He's got some really good finishing badges, couple good shooting badges, really solid playmaking, and especially really good defensive badges. He's got good speed, he's a good shooter, solid dunker, and a really good perimeter defender especially. Doesn't have badges like Brick Wall, Rim Protector, and Chef, but those aren't crucial badges, especially for limited. His role is more as a defensive point guard who's going to catch and shoot at a pretty high level, and also has fundamental dribble style. So he doesn't have great movement, but the pippin behind the back is super nice, and he is a very good card for sure, no doubt about that. Elite defender, really good size to point guard position. Doesn't have to be your primary ball handler, but can at least dribble a little bit and can create his own shot a tiny bit, and obviously has elite size, which is his most valuable attribute at the point guard position, in addition to amazing badges for a guy who's a base diamond. At the 2, we're going with Gerald Wallace. Gerald Wallace is my favorite Galaxy Opal small forward and one of my favorite Galaxy Opals period in the game. I should say shooting guard because they're playing with shooting guard, and that is because, okay, well, 2KDB just like broke. Hello. Here we go. So he's 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan. He's got good size to start off with, but then he's got hotspots from basically everywhere. 27 hops include fast twitch, limitless takeoff, posterizer, catch, corner, limitless spot up, and sniper. Quick first step, handles for days, quick chain, hyperdrive, ankle breaker, downhill, and elite defensive badges, even interior badges. Comes really complete. The only badge he's missing is that Chef badge. Also has elite speed, elite shooting, elite dunking. Statistically, all the way around defensively, he's exceptional, so he's an incredible lock. And he moves well. Kyrie size with quick dribble style, jump shot 99 with release 4 upper on very quick. Is a very fast, very tough to release, or very tough to contest release. Pippin behind the back is really good. He's got quick drops off one, which is the best safe dunk in the game. The only flaw on this card is having pro size up escape instead of a Trey escape or a Kobe escape or a Curry escape or something like that. That would elevate him just a tiny bit more if he did have one of those. But that being said, this is legitimately one of the best opals in the game. I think he's elite. I think he can be your primary ball handler on this squad, and I'm throwing him in at the 2 as that role. At the 3, we're going with Rui Hachimura for the reasons that I stated with Deni Avdija, and that's just because they become so much better than the other options at their tier. For example, you have to start a Ruby, and this becomes the best Ruby in the game because all of a sudden he has 21 Hall of Fame badges. He's got a capable 3-point shot. Shooting badges become super solid with catch and sniper, as well as hot zone hunter. Elite finishing badges, really good defensive badges as well, especially on the interior, and decent enough playmaking badges. Really complete, especially for a Ruby. 21 hops on a Ruby is obviously incredible. He's got decent speed, really good all around defense. He's a good dunker, a good shooter. Release is fine. Jump shot 55 with release 116 upper on normal. On normal, timing is a bit annoying, but it's honestly a smooth enough, easy enough to green release. Doesn't have great movement, but again, for a Ruby, he is an elite level card, especially with this duo, and becomes an absolutely dominant option at the 3 in my team. At the 4, Similar thing, we're going with Brandon Clark, another very, very good budget card option. If you don't have this Brandon Clark, I'll talk about another alternative that you could use in just a second. But Brandon Clark is personally the guy that I'd be running as the Amethyst in this squad. He's 6'8" with a 6'8" wingspan, who doesn't have elite size at the 4, but he has 1 hotspot. 6 hops include fast twitch, limitless takeoff, posterizer, downhill, and pogo stick, as well as fearless finisher, which are honestly very solid Hall of Fame badges. He's got exceptional speed as a power forward with 93 speed and excel, an elite dunker, elite all-around defender as well. And he's a solid enough shooter, has catch and shoot, Green Machine, and Hot Zone Hunter. A couple good playmaking badges as well, but especially the defensive area, he's every single defensive Hoffs, or every single defensive badge, at least on gold, which is super, super nice. Jump shot 22 on very quick, as well as a really good release, which helps make that only 83-pointer feel a bit higher because he's got a release on very quick, and it's a really smooth, good release. And then he's got the quick dribble style as well, which even gives him the ability to be a tertiary ball handler of sorts, especially with his 93 speed. So I do think this Brandon Clark is the best Amethyst power forward in the game. I feel like he gives you a lot more versatility and completeness than most of the Amethysts that you're able to use in my team, and he's the guy I'd be playing at the power forward position 100%. That being said, I will just mention the other guy that I'd be running if I don't have Brandon Clark, and that is Trey Murphy, another 6'8" guy with the power forward position. He's got a 7-foot wingspan, which is nice, 3 out of 5 hotspots, only 2 hops, but they are downhill and quick for step. Really good all-around defensive badges and playmaking badges and shooting badges and finishing badges. So he's got really, really complete badges, which is nice in terms of his gold badges. Good speed, good shooter, solid all-around defender, and a really good dunker with a really good release. Trey Burke release on click, release 118 upper. I don't know anything about this upper really, but it's smooth enough. It's easy enough to create. It's a good base, really good release. Shifty dribble style, pro size is solid. The rest of his sigs aren't amazing, but overall, really, really good card still. I'm a big fan of this Trey Murphy in all honesty, and I think he's another great option if you don't have Brandon Clark that you can throw in at the 4. And then at the 5, our pink diamond is the player that we have left, and the guy that I decided fits the bill the best is Roy Hibbert. And Roy Hibbert is probably the best pink diamond center in the game. For one, he's very, very tall. I don't know why this keeps glitching. It's kind of annoying, but he's 7'2" with a 7'6" wingspan. So he's got elite size, which is a great start. Hotspots from both corners, 21 hops, include drop stepper, posterizer, couple interior badges, downhill, and then exceptional defensive badges. Defense is where this card really shines. He's going to be a dominant rebounder and a dominant interior and even perimeter defender. He's got acceptable speed, and he's an acceptable shooter. Already has catch and shoot, corner specialist, Green Machine, Hot Zone Hunter, and sniper, which is nice. Couple good playmaking badges as well, but a really good interior player on both ends of the court. He's going to dominate most of the other centers that people are using on their teams, unless they're using an opal center, which in all honesty, if they're using an opal center, Roy's still going to hold it down. You're going to have an advantage in your opal with Gerald Wallace. So Brooke Lopez release, Vince Carter upper on very quick. It's a smooth, fast enough, and solid enough release. Shifty dribble style is good. He's got a couple good dunks. He's a very, very good card. Roy Hibbert's not a massive name and not the type of card you think of when you think budget beast in my team, but this pink diamond Roy Hibbert is one of the best budget cards in the game. So that's the guy that I would run at the pink diamond at the center position, who is a pink diamond, and this is how I would run the limited lineup for this week. Now, I will say, if you want to bring some guys in off the bench, that is okay. You can definitely do that. But there aren't a ton of elite rubies, in my opinion, at least, that I would be running. Arvydas Sabonis, probably would consider running him at center if you wanted a backup center. You could run Smush Parker at the backup 1. A guy like a Gerald Green, Juan Toscano back. Matt Bonner can run at the 2, 3, 4 if you want. Things like that. So there are a few viable cards. Will Barton's another viable shooting guard option if you want. Devin Vassell's acceptable as well. There's a few viable options if you want to run some guys off the bench. But for me, I would, if I'm playing limited, which I don't actually play limited, but if I was playing limited, this is the starting lineup that I'd be running, and I'd basically be playing them the whole game because I think they're going to get the job done for me at a super high level, force a lot of quits, and we're going to win every game and get our ring super quickly. So hopefully this video does help you out. If it does, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.